In a heartbreaking turn of events, at least 24 people have been confirmed dead following catastrophic flash flooding in south-central Texas early Friday. The disaster unfolded northwest of San Antonio along the Guadalupe River, which rose a staggering 26 feet in just 45 minutes overnight. The sudden surge caught residents and summer camps off guard, sweeping through communities, uprooting trees, and reducing homes to debris. The damage has left local officials, emergency responders, and families in shock. Kerr County Sheriff Larry Letha confirmed the rising death toll at a press conference and warned that more casualties are likely.
I want to tell you all that we will be working around the clock 24/7 until every person is found. What I can confirm at this point, we're at about 24 fatalities. We're not going to be giving any names out at this time. We're still notifying next of kin. Also, I've been notified one fatality has been found in Kendall County. I cannot say it's related to this incident at this time, but we'll let y'all know when we find out more information.
Among the most urgent concerns is the fate of over 20 girls who are still unaccounted for from Camp Mystic, a summer retreat nestled along the river. Texas Lieutenant Governor Dan Patrick said about 23 girls remained missing as of Friday afternoon. Patrick clarified, "That does not mean they've been lost. They could be in a tree, they could be out of communication."
On a day which is usually for celebration, it's a very tough day in Texas. We had a disastrous flash flood that hit somewhere around 4 in the morning. The rain came down 12 inches or more per hour. That river rose 26 feet in 45 minutes. It was a dry bed. It had been dry. There wasn't a lot to absorb it. It went down the rocks. And it was a destructive flood, taking property and sadly, lives. There have been confirmed deaths. That number changes, and the one thing I've learned in this position over many disasters that Governor Abbott or I have had to cover, the first news is always not the correct news. And you always pray for it being better. But I'm not going to give exact numbers, but we don't have exact numbers, but somewhere between 6 and 10 bodies have been found, some in cars that were washed down upstream that came down into the area. Some are adults, some are children. We have 14 choppers, as I said, 12 drones, 9 rescue teams, swimmers in the water, rescuing adults and children out of trees. We have 400 to 500 people on the ground from all of our various units, and Freeman Martin, our director of DPS, can talk about the various units who are there. For the parents who are waiting, particularly that had children in Camp Mystic. Camp Mystic is a camp that has over 750 kids. Right now there are 20-some that aren't accounted for. That does not mean they've been lost. They could be in a tree, they could be out of communication. We're praying for all of those missing to be found alive. Today, I've talked to several people at the White House. The president sent the message, whatever we need, we will have. We are sending in the Army Corps of Engineers, which is one of the requests we made.
Around 750 campers were staying at Camp Mystic over the July 4th holiday weekend. Massive rescue efforts are underway. Hundreds of emergency personnel are combing through flood-hit areas, with over 500 responders, 14 helicopters, and assistance from the Texas National Guard and U.S. Coast Guard deployed. Nearly 200 people have been rescued so far, but many remain missing. Texas Governor Greg Abbott said the search will continue through the night.
We want to make sure we get information to families as quickly as we possibly can. But most importantly, we will stop at nothing to ensure that every asset and person and plane and whatever is needed is going to be involved in the process of rescuing every last person and ensure everybody involved in this is going to be fully accounted for.
Videos circulating on social media showed entire houses and trees swept away in the torrent. One video shared by Governor Abbott showed a helicopter rescue as a person clung to a treetop, floodwaters raging below. President Donald Trump, speaking from Air Force One, called the disaster terrible and pledged full federal support.
Oh, that's terrible. The floods? It's shocking. They don't know the answer yet as to how many people, but it looks like some young people have died. Any federal aid for the... Oh yeah, good. We'll take care of it. We're working with the governor. It's a terrible thing.